black-tailed jackrabbit makes a perfect prize for a bird of prey. A plump hare will keep the raptor content for days, but they are no picnic to catch. Blacktails are the third largest North American hare, weighing up to 14 pounds. They can reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. Some can spring 20 feet in a single bound. But the hawk is not without its own advantages. Bone-crushing talons, sharp beak, and high speed, the raptor presents a formidable challenge to the jacks. Combined with the intelligence and technology of the falconer, man and hawk together become a more efficient hunter. The hawk stays perched to the falconer's glove. Then, it takes flight and engages in a battle of life and death. The origin of falconry has been traced back to Central Asia over 4,000 years ago. For centuries, eagle falconers rode horses and camels. Recently, the sport has evolved to include the use of modern technology, such as motorcycles with sidecars and four-wheel drive vehicles equipped with spotlights. As with many ancient practices that undergo modern interpretation, there are those who feel such changes muddy the rich tradition of falconry. However, there are many who support progression in the sport.
It is so rich in its history. It goes back so far, and like I said, I believe to the beginnings of man. So I love it, and so rewarding and so challenging that you never get to where you feel like you're expert or that you got it all figured out. There's always new adventures to have and new lessons to learn.
For many years, the name Gary Brewer has been synonymous with red-tailed hawks and squirrel hawking. A longtime friend of the Texas Hawking Association, Gary is the author of Bootios and Bushy Tails, the definitive text on squirrel hawking. Gary has flown a variety of falconry birds, but has spent the last several decades concentrating on red-tails, with his principal quarry being squirrels in the East Texas woods.
A lot of my techniques I picked up from people with less experience than me. You know, because they didn't get the memo. Can't do that. People like Titus, you know. Well, at the time, when I got into falconry, the red tail had only been utilized for maybe a little over a decade, if that. You know, the red tail was not proven, really, at that time. Their assessment of the red tail and its value as a falconry bird was very low. Very low. Typically, in one book said, a fat, slow, lazy bird not suitable for falconry. That was the description. That's word for word. I gave that book away when I discovered what red tails were really capable of to somebody who was not a falconer and asked them to please not return it. You know? And I knew I had my answer. This is where I was going to have to go. But I knew that it was not going to go over very well. But you know what? I wasn't practicing falconry for them. This was my personal falconry experience. And I can tell you right now, if you're a hunter, this goes across lines. Success is a hell of a lot better than failure. Now, a guy that's got a good head on his shoulders, that has a good foundational understanding of how these raptors think, and goes at it to improve his own falconry, he's liable to be innovative at some point. And Titus had a situation where he didn't have daylight hours. Apparently neither did the game. But he had to do something if he was going to continue practicing falconry. And this thought came into his mind. You know, he'll hunt them at night when they're out and when he has the time. And then he was faced with the challenge of making that happen, of going against the grain as far as the birds he was using were diurnal. I mean, they were daytime animals. He was going to attempt to hunt a nocturnal animal with a diurnal animal at night. And so what I saw when I got there is if anybody's got an advantage, it's the jackrabbit. Because they are nocturnal animals. They know every square inch of their territory. They know where the escape structure is. They're fast as greased lightning and they kick like a mule. It's just like in the daytime, except it's at night when the rabbits are out. After I saw it, I had a whole different opinion of what he was doing, and I became fascinated with it and amazed.
You want to say anything, Pandora? Want to say anything? You weren't letting that jack get away, were you? We hunt at night.
Although falconry birds hunt naturally during the day, flying the raptors at night, with the aid of a utility task vehicle, provides a unique set of advantages.
As a general rule, hunting at night allows you to hunt the hawks at a higher weight than they would in the daytime because there's no distractions.
As the birds fly at a higher weight, they become stronger and more confident in their ability to overpower their prey.
And that allows for the hawks to hunt at a healthier weight.
A higher weight, together with a regular flying schedule, promotes a physically and psychologically healthier hawk.
They'll have better ability to recover from injuries, bumps, bruises, kicks, scratches, better resistance to any type of diseases that may come their way because they're a little bit heavier and they feel a little bit stronger. They have a lot more confidence because they feel good. at that. Did you see that? Whoa, baby, get him, girl. Get on him.
When flying the Hawk from the UTV, the kill site can be reached almost immediately. This gives the falconer time to intervene should the hawk bind a dangerous or unwanted prey or attract the attention of native predators.
Get him, girl. There's one, girl. Let's get down. Get him, girl.
With more ground covered and more focus for the raptor, the falconer is able to multiply the number of slips. In falconry, a slip is an attempt at prey by the falconer releasing or letting slip the strings tethered to the hawk's feet. With this leash, the hawk is unable to fly away so long as the falconer holds on. The hawk is limited to quarry in the lighted area. As hawks naturally hunt during the day, their eyes are not accustomed to darkness. For this reason, a flight can be brought to an end by shutting off the lights. The hawk will not pursue what it cannot see.
Get him, girl. Get him, girl. Right there. Get him, girl. Get him, girl. Get him.
The falconer's mode of transportation does not make the quarry any less evasive, nor less powerful once engaged in a ground battle.
Oh, baby! I think that one does have a hole with him. Get them out. Good girl. We hunt the black-tailed jackrabbit, and the black-tailed jackrabbit is a nocturnal hare and feels exposed when it's out in the field eating.
You know, jackrabbits are nocturnal. And so you can get out there during the daytime, you might walk a mile and bust 2 or 3 jackrabbits, you know, but at night, the rabbits are out moving around, they're feeding, and so there's a lot more opportunities.
The black-tailed jackrabbit is not frozen or blinded by the light, as you might expect. The noise of the UTV and the sudden light pursuing them kick the jacks into defensive mode.